Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to a second week in my life. I realized last week I filmed way too much, and I think I'm gonna have to put that video into 2 parts. I don't know yet because I haven't finished editing. It's Sunday. It's burnout day. After the weekend of working, I just feel absolutely dead, and this week is extra because I had midterms and still have midterms. And I'm on my period. I'm not on my period. I'm about to get my period. But to be honest, my period's worse before I get my period. And then the first like 2 days of it actually bleeding is really bad. But anyways, I would love to come back in my next life as a male. For the sole purpose of just having a penis and not having a period. So that'd be great. It just knocks you out. It really, I don't know if I want to like cry or sleep or what, but let's talk about that for a second. I came home from work yesterday and I had so much homework to do and I did none. It didn't happen. I was exhausted and I told myself I would do it today, which is never a good habit for me to get into because now I don't want to do it today. And if I just did that little bit yesterday, I would have only had a little bit to do today. But now I have a lot to do today that I also don't want to do. And then I have this other really bad habit where instead of choosing to rest or choosing to do the things, I just sit and I contemplate the both of them. And I literally just sit here and stare at a wall like it's the most pointless waste of time. And instead of choosing to rest because I'm so tired, which would be the good option, I just feel guilty for not doing the things that I'm supposed to do. So I sit there and I'm like, okay, I'll get up. Where I could have just took that 30 minutes, I just sat there and just chose to rest and it would have been done with. And then I would have got up and done my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday, you know, I had a cookie, I had a brownie. I was so satisfied. I was good. I went to sleep at 8. I woke up at 9 p.m. Couldn't go back to sleep. Then I got up and I ate so much stuff that I don't even know why I did it. I just did. And I woke up the next day feeling just so gross. And like, yeah, it's not really gonna help me reach my goals, but I don't like to feel guilty about those types of things. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, now I'm like not gonna look the way I want. I'm gonna like restrict the next day. No, hard no on that one. I was like, it's okay. But the part that I don't like is the way that my body feels the next day, or just in general when I do that, I feel really gross. Then today, I came home, I did the same thing. I ate a bunch of stuff that I knew wasn't gonna make me feel good, and now I'm sitting here just bloated and feel really sick. I'm like, why did I do that again? But you know why? Because I'm tired and I chose not to rest. When I'm tired and I'm sad, I'm not sad, but I'm like emotional, like I'm about to get my period. That's the emotion that I'm feeling. Pre-period. That should be a feeling, honestly. I'm gonna cry. Anyway, what am I gonna do about it, you may ask? What I'm not gonna do is tell myself that I can't eat or feel guilty for what I ate or do any of that. I'm just gonna tune back into my body and I'm gonna follow it. It's gonna tell me right now, stuffed, so I'm not gonna eat. Later, if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. It's, you know, just tune back in. Maybe drink some water, probably help me feel better. And I'm tired, so I'm just gonna like lay here for like, give myself like 10, 20, 30 minutes, whatever I need. And then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna clean my place up and I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna grind out some homework and then have an early night because I'm clearly exhausted and need to go to sleep. And then tomorrow, it's a new day. We're gonna have a good week this week. It's gonna be a fun one. I'm gonna take you along with me. I'm just not feeling it today, but it's gonna be a good week. It's okay. Does anyone else feel like they can't start their homework until their setting is like clean and like ready? And that's why I like to keep my house clean all the time, because I know this about me. I won't do my homework right now because everything's a mess. And I just like, my brain is like, no, I can't focus because the mess. But I have no energy to clean the mess. So I'm not doing my homework or clean, you know? Like that's my dilemma right now. I'm just gonna have to suck it up. I'm just gonna have to suck it up and do it. So I gotta go. I'm procrastinating by talking to you guys.
I really wasn't gonna get out my camera right now because I'm crying. This is like the reality of living with like ulcerative colitis. It flares up when it wants to and just completely ruins everything. Most of the time I have like a really positive attitude about it, and I feel really privileged and grateful for like what I've been through and like the hardships in my life, because they give me so much opportunity for growth and learning and sharing and helping others. But like every once in a while I have days like this where I just get so frustrated and have like a bit of a mental breakdown. I just made breakfast that I can't even eat because my body is just like doesn't want to keep anything in. It's bleeding really bad and it hurts like so bad, like to the point where like you're gagging because you're in so much pain. It's just not fun. And now I can't even eat my breakfast. And I have so much to do, and like I need to rest, but I feel like I can't. It's just so frustrating because I thrive and I love to do so much and stay busy, but like I also know that like I need to slow down and listen, like, and like rest my body more because of my health. I'm supposed to go on a liquid diet, but I hate soup. And I know this is such a like trivial, like it's such a dumb thing, but like my mom brought me soup because she was worried about me, and I was like, I hate soup, like why did you bring me soup? And I was mean to her, and I shouldn't have been, because now I have soup to eat, but I hate that I have to eat, but at least I have it. So it was really nice of her. I should text her. I should call her. We're just gonna take some like deep breaths. We're gonna eat some soup and it's gonna be okay. We're gonna rest. I just wanted to show you guys like that not everything is always rainbows and butterflies, and like for the most part I do stay positive, but I also honor my feelings when I deserve to be frustrated and annoyed and like fed up and just sad for myself. I'll get over it. I know I will. Like I'll be happy again like tomorrow maybe. I don't know. Like I don't put a time limit on my emotions. I just let them come and go. And right now I'm pissed off. I'm also just like, I get a lot of worry because I don't want to have to go on prednisone again, which is the steroid they put you on for a flare-up, and it's really awful. Like it's worse than a flare-up for me, and I like just refuse to go on it. But I also don't want to switch to like a biologics. But anyways, okay, so in our apartment we have really bright like white lights like this, and they're kind of like blue, and it was driving me crazy. But my brother just went and picked up this lamp. I feel like this doesn't do it justice, but it's so calm and nice in here now, and it's just really vibey. Oh, and it dims up and down. So yeah, pretty happy about that. I love it. All the little crystals and stuff.
I'm ready to get started.
My skin, she's not looking too hot. So I'm just doing this little salicylic acid mask by The Ordinary. Very good, highly recommend. Just don't do it very often and only leave it on your face for however long it says to do it. I think like 10 minutes max. I could be wrong, don't quote me. I'm doing some much needed self-care because I'm just not feeling the best. I finished my exam, very proud of myself, submitted it, did a little bit of work, and then I decided, you know what, there's more I could do, but we're not gonna do it because I need me time. So I plucked my eyebrows, I filed my nails, which by the way, looking rather nice, I might add. It's taken me a really long time to realize how to do like natural nails and make them look good, and the trick is buffing them. You just get a little buffer and then they go all shiny and beautiful, and then you don't have to even put anything on them, and just let them breathe. File and like trim them a little bit very frequently and they will grow very strong. Also, if you're trying to grow your eyebrows, which I have been in that phase numerous times, let them grow in like row by row by row. So you kind of just like let a little tiny row of overgrowth grow in, and you still pluck up the rest. That way you can let them grow in while still having them look like kind of decent. because the one time that I let them just completely grow and go loose, it was awful. So I'm gonna let this sit on my face, make my bed. I'm watching Harry Potter, actually, really random, but I've never watched the whole series through. So like, I don't even think I've seen all the movies. So I'm watching them from the first one. So I'm gonna watch the first one tonight. And I'm gonna have a shower and I'm gonna shave, because Mondays I shave. I know it is weird that my shaving routine is on a schedule, but it's only because I do my laser hair removal on Tuesdays. It's a little bit weird looking. Boo. Today is one of those days where I just want to be one of those people that goes and like screams at the ocean, and they're just like, ah! I woke up so grumpy. So then I just did some quick gratitudes, and I listed off out loud all the things that I'm grateful for. Not all the things, I did like 3 things, but it made me feel a little bit better before going to the gym. I'm gonna put coconut oil in my hair before I shower and just let it sit in there for like a little while. I find that this just, I don't really know if it does anything. It just makes me feel like it makes my hair softer and like gets greasy less quickly. I don't know. I think maybe because you put so much moisture in it, not really 100% sure. I just had a little bit of a colitis attack, but we're okay, we're back. Super fun. I'm gonna let this little coconut, I'm now gonna let this soak in my hair, do some schoolwork, have some breakfast. I will be eating smaller portions and easily digested food. I'm just gonna scramble up some egg whites to get some protein in, and then probably have some like soup or like a smoothie, just because of my ulcerative colitis. And I'm gonna study, have a shower, study some more, and I'm gonna have a really chill day today. So I'll see you guys later. You'll be mine forever in the past, 'cause we were meant to be, but not to last. I was literally inspired by this couple who broke up on TikTok. I don't even know them, but I just wrote that about them. Searching for a soul with who I can grow together. We will see the ends of the world so beautifully. Searching for a soul with who I can grow old. But little did I know, I'm the one to call home. I don't know. We're back again with another grocery haul. These pants, by the way, they're really cute. They're from Aritzia. They're really expensive, but I like them. I like them a lot. Basically got the same stuff as last week, but you know, this time we added toilet paper, so that's super fun. Frozen blueberries. I always need frozen blueberries. Check. I got some rice cakes. I got some rice cakes, some brown rice cakes. I don't really know why I got these ones. They were just the only gluten-free ones, so I guess that's why I got them. Another cantaloupe, some more yogurt, same. Almond milk, fun and fresh. I like to get the big jugs, you know? We got some stir-fry beef and some more ground turkey, because I really liked that last week. It was really good. Enjoyed that a lot. Some hair clips. Mine broke, and I'm obsessed with these suckers. And you know, I bought the same ones, even though they broke. So that wasn't very smart. These, I didn't get these last week, and I'm obsessed. Little trio potatoes. They're already just like done. You don't have to like cut them or peel them or anything. I just pop them in the air fryer and boom, done. Magic, so good. They're like little hash browns. Honestly, good for any meal of the day. Bananas, lemon. I got a lemon. See, the thing is, I'm always telling myself, I'm gonna have hot water with lemon in the morning. I'm gonna have lemon in my water. Do I ever? No. And did I buy a lemon again? Yes, but this one, she's not gonna go bad. I won't let her go bad. More raspberries, a little bit unnecessary to be honest, and some whipped cream because I'm obsessed. So I got more of that Jell-O. You know, we've got strawberry, the usual, some more strawberry, but we're gonna try raspberry. Can't go wrong. And then they also had like an instant pudding version, so I wanted to try it. Obsessed with those. Last thing, sweet potatoes and some cocktail sauce, because we know I love to eat shrimp. But it's been getting a little bit boring eating it plain. Like if I don't mix it into something and I just eat it for like some more protein in the day, I need some sauce. That's it. Thanks for coming to my haul. You may be like, where's the veg? Where's the egg? Where's everything? Well, I still have a lot of food left from last week because I did a pretty big shop. And I'm also having a flare up right now with my colitis, which means fiber and veggies for my body are a hard no. They're a no. I should have got some things to make soup with, but to be honest, I'm too lazy. And my mom did bring me some soups already. She got me like a borscht and this butternut squash ginger soup, which is really good. Pre-made. So probably just gonna eat those and yogurt, a lot of liquids, some smoothies, perhaps, if the fiber doesn't kill me. I had a really relaxing time cooking. I'll show you what I made. So we've got washed raspberries, cut up cantaloupe. The chocolate pudding turned out great. Cooked potatoes, cooked ground turkey, and cooked beef, which looks disgusting. I'm just waiting for some rice to finish and some sweet potatoes, which I'll turn that on in a second. I attempted to make these little rice wraps. I'll show you. They're like little rolling papers, but they're really hard to use. But I just did shrimp, avocado, cucumber, some of this like seaweed stuff. I'm gonna dip it in some seafood sauce. I really wanted to put rice in it, but the rice still isn't done. The rice has been cooking for so bloody long. I think I put too much water in it. I made an oopsie. I put my camera battery to charge this morning and then I forgot it. And I was gonna film my back workout, but I didn't have my camera, and it was a really good workout too. So to kind of make it up and give this vlog some substance, I am going to record a handstand training day on Friday. I get a ton of questions on my Instagram about how I taught myself how to do handstands. And honestly, I think everyone should learn them because they're so good for you. And they're just fun. They're just so fun. I don't train shoulders. I don't remember the last time I went into the gym and I did shoulder presses or anything. And like, honestly, my shoulders, the best they've ever been. Like compared to when I used to train. Okay, well maybe not when I competed, but the best they've ever been not training with weights. It's like obviously I'm flexing, but they're there. Not only are they good for your shoulders, but they are good for your core, your balance, your like breath, your overall body awareness, your back, like everything. They're just so good. So I do have days specifically where I just train handstands, and it doesn't mean I'm just doing handstands. I do exercises that are like related to handstands and whatever. You will see on Friday. I will show you because a lot of you guys want to learn, which makes me really happy. And I'm not like a coach or anything, but I did teach myself and I'm like pretty decent. So I'll do one right now maybe. Just move that. My next step though is I really want to learn how to do a handstand press, but they're really hard. For breakfast this morning, potatoes and eggs. Still trying to kind of keep it light for my tummy because I don't want to like upset her. And then the other thing I've been adding into my little morning routine is a spirulina. honestly, do I really need to talk about it? It has so many benefits, like you can probably already know about it. I just take this along with my other vitamins and stuff. And this Tropica brand, I love their protein. I just got a big box of it. A little bit expensive with duties. Not sure if I'll order again because it's just too much with the conversion and the duties. Like, love the stuff, but however, they make this taste like not that bad. Here it is. It doesn't taste good, I'll give you that, but this one particularly doesn't make me gag. Like before, I would have to like this one, I'm like, drink it, I'm like, okay, it doesn't taste good, but it's not that bad. Then I did some research, and apparently, I could be wrong, this helps with ulcerative colitis, so we'll see about that. I'm also listening to the Ed Milet podcast, which you've also probably heard of, but very good. I've been on the hunt for more podcasts that I love lately, so Natalie Barbu's The Real and Ed Milet show, Lewis Howes, love him, The School of Greatness, obviously Sarah Say's podcast with Kurt, The Health Code, which I wish they would bring the Health Code back instead of just the Health Code daily, but I made myself a little half fake coffee, half real coffee because I'm technically not supposed to be having caffeine right now with my ulcerative colitis, so that was a bit bad on my part, but whatever. I prepared some little shrimp wraps that you would have seen me make last night because they were so good. And they're just so quick and easy to make, and I'm going out of the house for a little while, so I'm gonna bring those and a banana for later when I get hungry. Which made me think about something I was thinking about this morning on the treadmill actually, was oftentimes when we're forced to do something, we realize what we're really capable of. And it just kind of made me think about how often we're like, oh, I can't get up early. I find it so hard to like pack a lunch and like stick to my goals and like eat healthy and like whatever. But like if you're forced to do it, you had to. Like if you had a job early in the morning, you have to get up. Like you just do it. You learn to adapt. And then for me, I'm gluten-free, like I have celiac disease and I can't have dairy either. So oftentimes like I can't really just go and get something to eat when I'm out and I'm hungry. So I've always had to kind of plan ahead and like bring food with me, which honestly kind of benefited me in the long run because now I am like always prepared with like healthy foods and yumminess. And I save money on eating out a lot of the time. You're actually capable of so much more. I often get told that I'm like maybe a bit intimidating when you first meet me, or people kind of always wonder how I'm like so confident, which I don't mean to say that in like an egotistical way or like I have a big head. But I think it's just because I literally believe that I can do anything. Like I think I can learn anything. If I see someone doing something, I'm like, oh, I want to learn how to play guitar. I want to learn how to do a handstand. I want to learn how to do that. And I just go and learn it, and I'm like horrible at first. My point being is that like, yes, I think this way about myself, but I think this way about everyone. Like everyone can go out and learn. Like you are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. So just remember that next time you're trying to like achieve some new goal, like waking up earlier, or you want to pack food or whatever it may be. You can do it. Like you really can, and it's really not as hard as we make it seem in our heads. Coffee was the right choice as long as I don't crap my pants. I'm going to ortho and then going on a little walk with a friend, coming home. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I have a pedicure date with my best friend in the whole entire world, and I'm so excited. And I have vocal lessons tonight and more homework, and I gotta do a little bit of work for my other job. Oh, a lot on the agenda. It's already noon. Can you come through? We just walked to this little spot and it's so pretty. The water is literally like blue-green. Person, it's even more. It's so pretty. I'm obsessed. This is like a really nice place for pictures too, so I think I might have to take some. That whole time I wasn't even filming. That's so upsetting. Is what waterproof?
Camera.
No. You're like, what are you gonna toss it in? Me with it? Look at how pretty the water is. Oh my goodness. Bare feet. Good for you. Good for you to walk on the earth with bare feet. A little bit cold, but once your feet go numb, you're good to go.
I don't know like how deep that part is, but you could like walk across like to the icicles. Like after that. That'd be cold as shit. I don't know. That
would be a really cool picture. But am I cool enough to do it? I haven't put my wet socks back on yet. My sock fell in the puddle, so it's
I don't know how deep
it's upsetting. Well, let's go find out. I think it's a lot deeper than it looks. Maybe across like that area. how committed am I to getting my whole pant wet. You know what, that was a really good idea though. Like, I really appreciate the effort. How beautiful is that? Oh my god. Do you ever just look at like the sky and it's like a big dome, and then you think about like space beyond that, and then you're just sitting here and you're like, whoa, that's so cool. Like, we're just experiencing all of this. Like, I just feel so like full inside. We really are just floating on a rock. I don't know what it is about that mountain, but like I can't stop looking at it. It's just like the way it pokes out and it just looks like it's drawn. The one to the right looks even better. I know. I really need to prioritize coming outside more often. Like, it just fills my soul and I feel so happy and good and energized, and the world is so beautiful, man. Holy crap. It just makes you think about the fact that we are literally so tiny and we're floating on this big rock that's floating in space, and like, here we are. It just really puts things into perspective for me all the time. I just feel so happy and grateful and like lucky and blessed to just exist, man. Like, I exist. Like, like, what do? I exist. I don't worry about anything. That's not true. Sometimes I do, you know, a little bit of worry is good, but like, for the most part, everything's gonna be okay. And even when it's not okay, it's okay. I am honestly just having the best day. I feel so like inspired and motivated and just like fulfilled and just grateful and blessed, and I have no idea where I'm driving right now. I'm a little lost, but that was so nice to get outside and enjoy some fresh air, and like, my goodness. And he wanted to listen to some of my music, which was like really nice. He's one of my friends from work, and no one really ever wants to like listen, like, I don't know. So it was really cool to show him. And then I told him he could pick any of one of the voice recordings that was like unlabeled and play it, and we would like see what it was. And he picked one that I actually really love, so I want to show it to you.
I knew this was gonna hurt, thinking that you'd be worth it. I knew what I was getting into. The moment I fell for you, we were smiling, cause we both knew this wasn't meant to last long. But we loved the music, so we sang along.
That song was about this like little breakup where we were together and we kind of just knew that we were not like really meant to be, but we decided to kind of like just enjoy the time together anyways. And it was like sad when it came to an end, but it reminded me of the quote that just because, you know, the song is gonna end is no reason not to enjoy the music. So when I said we were driving in the car and we didn't know where we were going, but we knew it wasn't far, I meant the relationship, not actually driving in the car. And then like, but we loved the music, like we just enjoyed the time, so we sang along and we just enjoyed it for like what it was and however long it lasted. And then, yeah, and then like playing the song back again, I don't know, it was just like a nice little, yeah, I just liked it. Damn. We're back in the usual spot to have a little chat. I lost the bracelet. I had it on when I left the house, and I got home and I got undressed and I looked at my wrist and I was like, I'm really upset about it. I'm fingers crossed hoping it's in my car. I did not get a lot of things done today that I was supposed to do, but I have my vocal lessons in 9 minutes. But you know what? I'm so happy. You wanna know why? Because I needed that. I needed to go outside and go for a walk and like catch up with a friend, and that magical experience was just so beautiful and made me realize I need to plan in my week one adventure minimum every week, a time, a date, plan it in where I go for an adventure, go outside, whatever it is. I need to do it. It's so good for the soul. Okay, close. Day of the week is it? Thursday. I worked all day today and then I just went to the gym. I'm feeling very tired. I'm gonna show you guys how bloated the inflammation in my stomach makes me. Having this ulcerative colitis happening right now is literally killing me. Like, I'm really upset about it. Nice little glute pump, you know? Oh my god. It's like, it's so inflamed. And she hurts. But I wanted to show your house because it's so freaking pretty.
It's pretty.
I just will show the pretty parts. Go. It looks...
What?
It just looks so nice.
Yeah.
Like, it looks even better.
On there? Yeah. Perfect. On camera it does. It's very camera friendly.
I can't. It just looks so nice.
$5 for all this. There's fucking like 10 in there. $5 for 10?
There's so many of them. It's Friday. I don't work today because I have a tattoo appointment. I'm pretty excited. I think I'm just too exhausted and like sick to like be as excited as I am, but I am excited. My colitis is really, it's getting worse. I canceled my gym appointment today and I'm just gonna like lay in my bed for most of the day, try to finish some homework. I have a blanket in the dryer right now to put on my stomach, and I don't know, like I was debating doing like a fast today and just like not eating, but I get so like cranky and just like hungry, and then I end up like wanting to like binge if I try to fast, so then I'm just trying to eat. So instead I'm just gonna eat like liquids or just like mushy food. I'm trying not to cry. I'm a little frustrated. It's really painful and like it's just annoying, to be honest. I got the camera out to start vlogging before I started crying. And it made me think about how people are like, sometimes like leave comments and they're like, you were crying so the first thing you did was pick up your camera. Although I have done that. This time I started crying. Second. I picked up the camera and then I started crying. Anyway. Laughing is my coping mechanism because I'm actually so upset. I can't eat, but I'm so hungry. So then I eat and then I freaking die in so much pain. I haven't been able to leave my house this morning because my bowels keep going crazy and everything hurts and I'm so tired. And I couldn't go to the gym and I can't hold anything inside. But I'm so hungry. Like, I'm so hungry and I have all these cravings. And then I feel so restricted and like, I'm just really struggling. I hate this disease. I haven't vlogged for like the rest of this week because I've basically spent the last however many days it was that I didn't vlog just crying and feeling really terrible, so I just didn't feel like picking up the camera was like the best thing to do. I have ulcerative colitis. I was diagnosed a little over a year ago. It was awful. I had it for like 3 months before I was diagnosed. I started medications and they have worked. So basically how the disease works is you can be in a remission, which you basically live completely normally, or you can have a flare-up when the disease is active and all the symptoms come back. And I've had quite a few flare-ups. A really bad one was last September, just like 4 or 5 months ago, and it flared really horribly and I had to go on to prednisone, which is a steroid, and the side effects of that were just awful, like worse than well, not worse than the disease side effects, or symptoms, but it was really rough. I had to drop out of school. I had to stop working. It was just not fun. Then I was in remission for quite a while, and the last few months, like January and February, were just like amazing. Same with like December, and I just felt so much better and I was in remission and I was training great, and I started making YouTube videos again and going to school and working, and everything was just amazing. But I do love to work really hard, and I think that I might have stressed my body out a bit and it caused another flare-up. And over the last few days I have been experiencing that, as well as getting my period, so the whole combination of those was just really bad. And the reason that I am the most upset is because I'm just frustrated. I just want to live my life. I want to be able to just live my life the way that I want to, and it's frustrating when you can't. And then on top of that, I just feel really overwhelmed because I have to make a decision of what I want to do going forward. And basically the next option would be to go to a different medication, which would be a biologics, which once you go to it, you can't really go back, and it has a lot of side effects. I just didn't want to have to do it, or even like have to think about making that decision. I also just really believe in like natural and like holistic remedies, and health is like one of like the #1 values to me. And the whole thing just, it just seems like a lot. It's like an injection, and it just like shuts down your immune system like even more, and the side effects, and it's really expensive, and I just feel really overwhelmed. Like, I'm 22, I work out, I eat so clean, I meditate, I take care of my soul and my mind and my body and my nutrition and my exercise, and I drink water and I sleep and I do everything that is supposed to make you healthy, and I'm not. And it's just, I also believe that everything happens for a reason, and we've come to this earth to live a life that we chose, and we won't be given more than we can handle. And it's gonna do, like, it's teaching me so much, and it's helping me to grow and to be a better person and have more empathy for other people, and just experience, and gives me an opportunity to share more. And you know, I'm grateful for it in so many ways, but in this moment I particularly feel overwhelmed and frustrated and just overall kind of upset. I'm gonna end this vlog here. I'm sorry that it wasn't like the best weekly vlog, especially since like last week was a better picture of like what my actual life looked like for the last 2 months, and now we're gonna go into like eating only liquids, barely eating anything, can't go to the gym anymore, which really sucks a lot. I love the gym. It's like my happy place. I love training, and having to give that up just sucks. I have to like stop working so much, and you know, I've got school still, and yeah, I don't know. I think that I need to slow down in some areas, and I don't know if like vlogging my whole everything is the best option for me, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do going forward. But hopefully I can still make videos or do something that I enjoy if I can't go to the gym and stuff. So I don't know, would you guys want to still see vlogs if it's just me taking care of myself? I don't know. I'm just gonna end this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment, a like, do whatever you want down below. I just like making these videos. I hope you guys have a wonderful week and just life, and you stay healthy, and you're grateful for your health, and if you're able to go move, then go move your body, and just, yeah, do it for me. But